Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the GEG APAC Week and Stay Connected 4.0. After six informative sessions, we have now come to the seventh session of the second day of the GEG APAC Weekend. So muli po, para po sa kaalaman ng lahat, the GEG APAC Weekend is a collaborative effort of the Google Educators Group around the Asia Pacific region. Habang meron po tayong webinars hosted dito sa Pilipinas, kasabay din natin ang iba't ibang mga guro sa Asia Pacific region na nakikinig sa kanilang mga bansa, including Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Hong Kong, India, Japan, and South Korea. So if you want to visit their streaming today, naka-flash po sa ating screen ang website kung saan niyo po makikita ang webinars na nangyayari ngayon around the Asia Pacific region. And now, so to formally start our session, so it's a great pleasure for me to introduce another speaker this afternoon. So he's going to talk us about re-exploring teaching with the Google Earth. So let me introduce our speaker. So our speaker is the founder of Look Beyond Digital Learning Solutions, an EdTech coach, Google Educator Group Philippines former leader, emeritus, Google certified trainer and innovator. He aims to lead schools and educational institutions towards digital transformation through adaptation of Google for Education products and other recommended programs to increase awareness and productivity. He uses his experience in digital learning programs, knowledge in effective traditional teaching practices, and exposure in different public and private schools to empower educators to build engaging connections with their students and achieve maximum learning potentials. Alongside his current goal, he also runs Look Beyond the Classroom, that is an online passion project on YouTube, which helps inspire and elevate educators' innovative skills and create sustainable programs and strive to create their own local contents for teaching. So he also recently finished his special education certificate program and is currently taking up his Masters of Arts in Education major in Educational Technology at De La Salle University, Manila. So ladies and gentlemen, our GEG Emeritus, Sir Adrian Luke Cruz.
Hi, good afternoon po sa inyo lahat.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sir Mark Joseph, for the introduction. So, sige, I'll take this away. Thank you po. Ayan. So, again, welcome po sa ating, I'm not sure kung pangilang session na for today, but welcome to the GEG APAC Connect for the Filipino sessions. And for today, I will be discussing re-exploring teaching with Google Earth. I hope you can hear me clearly. Ayan. So, for today, I will be talking about Google Earth. Now, I think this is one of the most exciting applications of Google Workspace. Pero dahil ito I cannot really say na bago ito. This is one of the, siguro mga ilang years na ago na ginawa, but hindi siya masyadong napapansin when it comes to using it in education or specifically for our online classrooms. Dahil siguro na overshadowed or mas ginagamit natin would be Google Docs, Google Slides, Sheets, and the other tools. But right now, I would like to reintroduce, kung bago po sa inyo ang tool na ito, I would like to reintroduce Google Earth and paano siya pwedeng magamit sa ating lessons, no? How can we give our students additional flavor or new approach to online teaching, whether online, no? And hopefully when we go back to a face-to-face teaching, magamit pa rin natin ito. So, before I proceed to the lecture, I will just show you a quick video of what Google Earth is. Ayan po. So, again, that's actually a quick video sa Google Earth. But sa mga bagong dating po, welcome po sa ating webinar on re-exploring teaching with Google Earth. I am Adrian Luke Cruz, and I am an EdTech coach, Google certified trainer, and innovator. And I've done a couple of trainings already in the past few years, specifically on Google Workspace tools and other professional development trainings before the pandemic hit, no. And then eventually was able to share what I know about Google and other PD in other countries. So let's proceed with Google Earth. So again, with Google Earth, ito yung application na pwede natin gamitin for our teaching. No? So, paano natin to pwedeng gamitin? Just to give you a brief background on what Google Earth is, it actually originated in 2001 and it has undergone many changes since then. So, there are few updates actually in the past few years that some teachers might not be aware of. Kasi when we think of Google Earth, baka this is maps, no? How can we use it in teaching? Baka hindi naman pala, no? So, minsan, hindi natin siya pinapansin. But let's try to, hopefully, makita nyo ito na another tool na alternative to a Google Slide, no? So, Google Slides. So, lagi tayong gumagamit ng Google Slides kung gusto natin ibahin ang ating strategy with our students, no? We might or we may use Google Earth. So, just to give you also brief background ng Google Earth. So, it concentrates on how Google Earth and other Google Workspace tools can infuse. Keywords here would be geospatial thinking. So, gumagamit siya nito, geospatial thinking into all subject matter types. So, kahit anong subjects po ang ginagamit ninyo, pwede pong gamitin si Google Earth. Now, dahil nga baka nalilito kayo or confused na, Google Earth baka pang ano lang to, pang science teachers or pang, let's say, araling panlipunan. No? So, napakadami. That's for all subjects. And then with this one, teachers can create a project of any content with rich contextual information. So napakadaming information or resources dito na pwede nyong gamitin. You can organize it, you can also customize it, you can curate. So kung familiar kayo sa Google Arts and Culture, marami din doon mga resources na pwede nyong kunin, no, or use as your material in teaching. But with Google Earth, you can curate. Pwede kayong gumawa ng sarili nyong content. Customize nyo. Pwede nyo gamitin for teaching. Pwede rin pang personal. Later on, I will show you that. Now, Google Earth is arguably the most well-known and widely used GIS, or what we call Geographic Information System software. So, this enables individuals to create, store, view, and interact with data as it relates to location. So, lahat ng ito related to the locations sa Earth. Now, paano natin siya pwede magamit, no, to teaching, no? So, later on, as we deep dive to this tool, ma-discover natin siya. Now, here are the following skill set na dapat natin matutunan ngayong hapon for us to be able to use Google Earth independently. So number one, we will teach you how to locate and open Google Earth application. So by the way, this is also applicable to your smartphone. So whether you're using an iPhone or an Android phone, pwede nyo ma-download ang Google Earth. Now, the next skill would be explore places through what we call Voyager. So mamaya, papakita natin and we'll do a demo of how Google Earth works. And then the other one is use Pegman to go on a tour via Street View. So, bigyan ko lang din kayo ng isa sa mga magandang features ng Google Earth maliban sa geospatial thinking application siya na makikita niyo yung buong mundo. Maliban doon, meron din siyang Street View capability. Under yung Pegman, mamaya tuturo ko yan. Next would be create a project. Maliban dun sa mga available resources na pwede nyo na kopyahin or pwede nyo na gamitin, no? Meron din kayong power or meron kayong ability to create a project of your own. If you want to use that, okay lang yung mga resources. Kung gusto nang palitan yung laman, that's okay also. So, the other one would be pinning location. So, dahil gusto natin magkaroon ng sarili natin if we want to, we can pin location. We can also link files to parts of the project. So, whether you have maybe another resource sites, pwede nyo ilagay dito sa project nito if you want to give students more, no? Or assist them towards independent learning, no? So, yun naman ang goal natin dito. Maliban sa nagamit natin to online teaching, we help our students to how to independently manage and learn, no? Maliban doon, you can share projects with students. So definitely, once you're done with the project, you can share it with them. Pwede nyo i-share sa Google Classroom kung yun ang main platform ninyo as a project that they can view, they can use as a material. So yan po. By the way, balikan ko si link files to parts of the projects. So dito, even, let's say you have a Google form, no? Pwedeng sa dulo ng babasahin may link ng sasagutan. So pwede yun, no? Just to make your material extra engaging. So imagine nyo, so pwede nyo i-assume, no, na this Google Earth project, this can be an alternative to Google Slides. Kanina, I think earlier sa discussion ni Miss Paula, if you were able to watch Miss Paula's discussion a while ago about hyperdocs, that's linking, no more than linking, collating all the different materials into one slide presentation. Dito sa Google Earth, ganun din. You can link all the different materials that you have and make it, a more, or to give students a more meaningful lesson. Now, ito po yung mga skills, no, na pwede nating matutunan for this afternoon. And then, right now, actually, I'd like to show you another video bago tayo fully mag-navigate sa Google Earth. So allow me to just show this video.
Most of my family immigrated from Iran in the 1970s, but no one has been able to go back.
This picture is around 65 years ago.
When I hear a lot of these family stories, it's hard to have a real connection with that place because I've never been. But my family has used Google Earth to see those places.
This is the neighborhood I used to ride my bike around.
Today, I'm working on a project for my family on Google Earth. I'm mapping these family photos so that we can draw connections between the past and a new future.
Today, we're putting together a digital tour of the Hudson River, highlighting some landmarks and other special places along the river in Google Earth. As an environmental advocacy organization, we're always looking for ways to connect people to rivers in an emotional way. The new creation tools allow us to put place marks, add photos, and descriptions to really create a meaningful story.
Today we're working on a Google Earth project. We talk about how our community has grown up around a lake and how that lake has been kind of abused through pollution.
My project is about the carousel that was around Onondaga Lake. The carousel was moved because Onondaga Lake got really polluted.
As a community, we've all seen how that lake project has been cleaned up. Learning about where we live can benefit other people.
Doing this project makes these places seem more real. I've been so fortunate to have these stories that have been given to me, and now I'm able to give something back to my family, and it brings me more context and understanding of what their lives were like.
With this project, we hope that people will feel more connected to the Hudson so that they can reach out to their regulators, their decision makers, to ask them to do the right thing.
The students are really proud because this is not just built for our little school community. We're making dynamic presentations for anyone on the planet to view and gain from.
Okay, So, ayan po, no? So, right now, I will take you to Google Earth. So, if this is your first time to access or to check Google Earth, pwede nyo ako sabayan. If you open another tab, no, in our Google Chrome browser, so the Google Earth, in our laptops or in our computers, we can access it by opening our Chrome browser. And then in our upper right portion ng ating screen, you will see here the waffle icon or the Google Apps icon. Nandito lahat ng mga icons ni Google or applications niya. Now, kung hindi nyo napapansin or if you just look closely, you will see there the application Earth. Normally, in-ignore natin siya. Pero right now, I think it's the best time to really talk about this and maybe give it a chance. Napakaganda ng Google Earth. Now, this is one way of going to Google Earth. Just click this, or if you want to type it, so just type in earth.google.com. Yeah. So when we enter this link, no, or this website, it will bring you to the Google Earth program. So antayin lang natin ito mag-load, no. Pero dahil we are live right now, I've already prepared one. So ito na siya. So I'll just close this. Okay, so this is the Google Earth. So makikita ninyo, it's the view is from the outside of the world, and then you will see here different tools that you can use or choose from. Naunahin muna natin yung sa left portion ng ating screen. We will see here this first icon, which is the menu icon. This is also called the burger. So when you click this, it will show up your profile or your registered email address and the following. So you can do search, Voyager, and the rest. Pero when you click this back, ito rin siya. So might as well just discuss this. So we have here the search icon. Now again, if you want to look at places or check out ano bang merong content dito, you can just click the search here, and then you will see a lot of let's say featured or available content. So dito meron tayong iba't ibang featured Google Earth locations. And then these locations actually, meron na siyang mga ready-made content that you can already use for teaching. So if you look at this one, meron din siyang suggestions na must-see views. So sa totoo lang, this is not just actually for students. These are for all types of learners of all ages. No, if you want to learn more, let's just use this. No, pakita ko lang one example. Let's say I want to go to the hidden worlds of the nation parks, and then you will see their guided tour siya. If you click that one, it will bring you to the hidden worlds of the national parks. So meron dyan, start exploring. So ayan siya, ready-made na siya. Napakadaming content na pwede nyung pagpilian dito. So for example, you can choose whichever, kung ano pong interested topic, interested kayong topic, or the other one, if you're going to integrate it to your lesson plan, pwede na naman piliin, ano ba yung bagay dito sa lesson ko ngayong week? Or ano bang bagay dito na bagay for my module na ilalabas ko for my students? So again, unfortunately, if you're looking for something already ready-made na eksakto para sa lesson nyo, wala po dito nun. But if you want to look and explore and mix and match this content to your material, this content to your lessons, magandang tool po ito. So for example, you want to look for, let's say, Hawaii volcano. So pwede nyo integrate to sa science, diba? Kung madaanan ng topic about earth science, no? So kung makikita nyo, ganyan yung feature niya. If you click specific locations, it will zoom in to the specific or assigned location, And on your right portion of your screen, ang maganda dito is that there is an information card already available. Maliban sa information card, marami po ang available dito. So for example, it says here 1 out of 5. So you can just click next. And then if you can see here, it has a different vibe, no? Compared to, let's say, a regular slide or PowerPoint presentation. Because again, we are using Google Earth. Meron siyang tagging features, geospatial thinking features, no? So, eto siya. But hopefully, if you're following me or following this on another tab sa inyong screen, no? Depende yan yung load nung material sa bilis ng internet connection. So I'm actually praying that for the whole session na maging okay ang ating internet connection. Now, going back to this one, these are just samples, no, that you can use for your students. Maliban doon, may playable videos din kung gusto niyo. But make sure that you review this before giving this out to your students. Aside from the search feature here, meron din tayong tinatawag na Voyager. So yung icon na helm, yung icon po na ito, this is the Voyager feature. So if you click this is actually Google Earth's way of showing or showcasing interactive guided tours, quizzes, and layers that are really aimed to elevate everybody's or everyone in several areas. So hindi lang to more about the Earth itself, but it talks about culture as well. It introduces games, no? If you want to gamify or introduce gamification sa inyong students, meron din dito. Now, here you will see different categories. Meron tayong nature. Now, this is very detailed Google Earth tour. So dito, let's say, you want to look at changing forests. When you click this, for example, again, this is a ready-made material already, curated din to ni Google and other partner organizations. So in these materials, you will see here, maliban sa information cards, meron din ditong mga pictures, merong mga videos, meron din mga 360 photos that you can explore, meron ding mga street view na as if pwede kayong maglakad virtually. So with this tool actually, kung makikita niyo, very rich ang ating content or information cards sa right portion. Right now, it's medyo slow lang yung pag-load nito. Pero kung sinasabayan nyo ako, depende siya sa internet connection. Maybe right now, affected yung pag-load na because we are currently streaming. But don't worry if you're thinking, paano ko to gagamitin sa lesson ko with my students? You have two options. One would be synchronous. The other one would be asynchronous. You can do a recorded material of this one. So just in case. Going back to this one. Marami po tayong, check lang natin ito. Pwede nating baybayin yung information about the topic changing forests. Now, that's just one content. Let's just go back to the main page. So, you can explore on these. Napakadami po na mga locations. If you want to check out cherry blossoms around the world, no? So maybe if you're influenced with Korean dramas, no, you want to see this. So pwede nung check to. Saan pa ba may cherry blossoms, no? So that you could really explore and make use and enjoy these contents, whether for you, for your students. Napakadami pong pwedeng ma-discover dito. Meron ding planetary exploration on the Earth, natural treasure cities. So, Grand Canyon National Park. So, napakadami. It doesn't just talk about locations or cities, but it also talks about um, culture, and also education. So scroll up ko lang po para mapakita ko yung iba pang mga categories. So here you can also see games. So if you want to check out ready-made quizzes using Google Earth, you can check it out here under the games category. You will see here quiz on animal calls, quiz on musical instruments. So again, it's for all subjects. Marami po ditong content na pwede nyo gamitin. Food origins, animal sounds, holiday traditions, transportation, rock and roll icons. So, name it nandito. Kailangan lang natin maging curious and consider it as if like you are treasure hunting, no? Kasi dito, maliban sa mga featured content, madami pang iba. And they are continuously updating this. So, ayan. You have games here. You can try it out. Meron din tayong layers. So, you can see here like 3D imagery in Google Earth, global glacier coverage, current hurricanes and tropical storms. Ano pa ba? Tsunamis. What else? Historical maps from around the world. So, you can see a lot of topics here. Then, meron pa tayong street view. Ano po yung street view? Ito naman, mga ready-made content that we can check, no? Na we can pan to different parts ng screen as if we are actually looking at the area. For example, I have here Discover Guam. When I click this one, it will relocate me to Guam na 360 ang image. Hopefully po mabilis po ang ating internet. But normally, dapat dinala tayo or dadalhin tayo doon sa 360 image. Baka natatagalan lang po. For example here, let's say, I want to go to Tumon Beach. So this is one of the location in Guam. So ayan, thank you. Ayan, nag-load siya. Salamat po. So this is in a 360 view or pwede siyang ikutin, no? So if you wanna look up and down, turn around, so you can see this, no? You can enjoy this. If you want to walk, you can just press the arrows to move. So with Google Earth, ang maganda din dito is that it introduces experiential learning. Sabi nga po nila, 'di ba, yung students natin mas natututo kapag ina-experience natin ang isang concept or isang lesson. But in this case, everybody's doing remote teaching. So, why not make use of this and introduce virtual field trips? So, ito po, pwede nyo gawin to, ipagawa ninyo sa students. Naalala po ninyo, may mga activities din tayo before na, let's say, in a printed test paper, look at the picture and try to observe the photo, no? And then there are some questions. So from here, pwede nyo ipagawa rin yun. Now, maganda dito, the students can freely explore this material. So again, just make sure that if this is, for example, yung chosen material ninyo, just make sure lang na ano siya, ma-mix and match mo siya with your actual lesson. Sabi nga din nila, when we choose an application or a type of technology to pair it up with our lesson, dapat ano siya, dapat purposeful, dapat meaningful, no? We also think about our objectives. So we just don't use an application because this is what everybody are using or dahil ito yung uso. But we make sure that we don't waste our students' time, especially now for remote teaching. We make sure that our students, still enjoy and still learn. No? So with this tool, it also gives us more power, no, to introduce more content. Yan. So again, isang ano pa lang to, isang feature pa lang to ni Google Earth. So this is what they call photosphere. But sorry, photosphere. Sorry po. But with this one, it's a 360 photo. So going back to um, the main or the homepage for Google Earth. So maliban po sa street view, you will see their culture. So if you click on culture, you will see the different topics here like inclusive Tokyo, architecture of Kengo Kuma, distinguished black pioneers. So ito yung mga topics, no, na talagang relevant at this time and that we want to introduce, especially that we are already becoming sensitive with the different cultures and the different, um, current events and happening around us. So with the culture category, this is a great way to give kids exposure to different cultures and places around the world. No, so it's as if you're taking them to a different country, no, giving them a glimpse of this is how for example a specific country looks like, no. So ayan, napakaganda, enjoy niyo po yung mga content dito. Merong war in the Pacific, um, Canada's residential schools, World War One memorials, votes for women. So there are lots of topics that you can use. So again, it's yung main platform niya is the Google Earth, but it introduces a lot. So ayan. Scrolling up, I have also here travel. So for travel, ayan. Explore nyo po ito. Napakaganda. May mga videos na kasama, may 360, ano pa ba? Merong ini-introduce din dito yung virtual reality and augmented reality. So if you've used Google Expeditions in the past, right now it's not available anymore, but the Google Expeditions features and most of its content were transferred to Google Earth. And maliban sa virtual reality element na pwede nyong introduce kay Google Earth, there's also AR or what we call augmented reality. So napakadami po. Very powerful tool. Ayan. What else can we find here? Definitely for education, meron din. So if you want to introduce maybe for, let's say you're a math teacher, and you want to introduce triangular or geometry, for example, you can look at this content, the geometry of castles, no? So what you're actually introducing is more than the concept, is that how you can apply this in real life, no? You're teaching students not just the concepts, but how they can better appreciate the topic in a real world context. So yun. So you can use this. So for example, the geometry of castles, and let's go. So as you can see here, ganito ulit ang itsura niya. It will take you to the different locations, whether it's related to, yun nga, kung ano yung topic or gusto nang i-introduce when it comes to this subject. For example, here, it talks about, correct me for my pronunciation, Himeji Castle. So meron ditong data, and then there's learn more about geometry and architecture. So when you click this, it also redirects you to another website. But in this case, this is a video. Ayan. So kung makikita niyo, very useful. Then meron dito, then take a deeper dive. So it gives you another resource or another website for um, another resource na pwede pang magamit ni student. Lalo na dun sa mga advanced students, they can you can give them these, no, as an option kung gusto pa nila mag-explore on their own. While for the other students, no, who might need, let's say, more attention or kailangan pa ng review on the basics, they can just stick with this material. So for example, so let's say we want to go to the next page, no? So another geometry related castle, no? So that's Mont Saint Michelle, sorry. So yeah, so makikita niyo, this is the location. You can zoom in, zoom out. Ang maganda dito, if you can see the right portion ng ating screen, ito, meron tayong earth na symbol. You can also find here, fly to your location, itong icon na to. Then you will see here, this is what we call pegman. So ito yung pegman, yung tao, no? So this one, when you drag this pegman into this location, it will give you a street view feature. Kung makita nyo, para tayong papasok or mag-zoom in pa doon sa castle, no? Just to give it a closer look. So yan. Kung makikita ninyo, very immersive, no? Thank you very much for the comments, Miss Maan. Super fan of Google Earth. Thank you. Ako din. Super fan dati. I must say, before, I ignored this application. Pero napakaganda. Then the other one from PowPrint TV, hindi makapag-field trip, pwede sa Google Earth. So visit the Eiffel Tower in the comforts of your home. So definitely, this application can give you or introduce virtual field trips. So if you want to go inside, I hope you can go inside. So just click this one. Ayan. So nakapasok tayo. So ito yung itsura. Ito pala yung itsura sa loob. Lakad pa nga tayo. So ayan. Sorry, nakalabas. Pero ganyan po siya. You just click the arrows there. No, just look around and enjoy. If you want to look closer, pwede po. Now, going back to the homepage of Google Earth. So yan, that's just one topic, no, na related to math ang topic. So yan, napakaganda, napakadami. Let's just try to search for yung sinabi ni Miss PowPrint TV na Eiffel Tower. So if you want to search, you can search, let's say, Eiffel Tower. Natutuwa po ba kayo, teachers? You can comment on the chat section. If you have questions, just leave your comments sa ating comment section. We'll try to answer them all later. Pero sa totoo lang, nasa kalahati pa lang tayo ng ating session. Kung natutuwa na kayo sa usefulness itong application, there's more. There's more. So, for example, ayan, going back to this, what we've searched, Eiffel Tower. So, if we click this location, ayan, ito yung Eiffel Tower. Now, if you're having difficulty sa pag-view nito, paano ko ba ito i-rotate? Paano ba yun? So, you can do that by clicking yung scroll, no, to zoom in, zoom out. Meron din tayo yung controls natin is shift and then click your mouse para ma-explore nyo mabuti. i-rotate nyo, gusto nyo medyo mababa yung view, ayan. Zoom in nyo pa, ikutin nyo ulit. So again, the control key here would be shift and then your mouse, your left click. Left or right, pwede. So yan. If you want to, look at specifics, no? Ayan. So ganyan siya. And then on your right side, you still have there your information card available. Then if you want a guided tour, just click guided tour in this portion. Ayan. So meron ng guided tour if you don't want to like manually explore. So meron ng mga ready-made. Makita niyo napakaganda ng ating Google Earth. Ayan. So feel free to explore this application. And then let's try to go back again. And then right now, what I will teach you naman, maliban dito sa mga available content, is that what if I want to make my own? What if I want to customize my own Google Earth content? No? So meron tayong tinatawag na projects. So ito po yun. So when we click this, yung project, we can already create our own. So meron tayo, on your upper right screen, it says here, new project. So what's good about this is that you can create a project and it automatically saves in your Google Drive. So parang Google Slides, Docs, Sheets, Forms. No? So lahat yun napupunta sa Google Drive. So if you want to go back or look for your Google Earth project, so it's in your Google Drive, or you can just go to Google Earth application. Now, meron tayong option to create a project in Google Drive, and then other options like open project from Google Drive, create KML file, and the others. I don't usually use these, but okay na ako sa create project in Google Drive. So when you create a project, it says here saving, no? So it's auto saved as well. You can already create your project, and it says here untitled project. So for example, you want to create one, let's say, depende ito ha teachers, pwedeng straight from your lesson plan. Susundan niyo yung outline or content ninyo or yung material niyo para ilagay dito. Bubuuin niyo siya. So definitely, you will be needing, content, no? So mahirap gumawa kapag wala kayong content in mind. Pero kung meron na, napakadali. So this is what I'm using. Maliban po sa pag-create ng, let's say, mga slides, no? Or kumbaga, based on the lessons, you can also introduce storytelling, no? So if you want to tell a story, if you want to talk about the last trip na pinuntahan ninyo before nag-pandemic, pwede nang gawin yun. So, more than giving lessons, you can introduce other activities. You can also ask or make or give your students performance tasks, like creating your own field trip in Google Earth. Kung napanood nyo yung video kanina na pinakita ko, the second video, you can already create your own. Like for example, instead of yung manual na photo album, you can do everything in Google Earth. So you can bring in your personalized photos, your own videos, your own materials para mabuo yung kwento na gusto niyo. So just like also what Miss Pau Print TV said, if my English teachers na nanonood, there is such a thing as Google Lit Trips, it is anchored on Google Earth as well. So yan, pwede nyong gamitin. So for English teachers, pwede kayong magpa-storytelling also with Google Earth. So ito yon. So let's say you want to make a title to your project. So let's say your project title would be trip, for example, in Singapore, for example. So, ganyan siya. Now, how will we do this? No? So, to add content, you have here new feature. So, pwede kayo mamili. What do you want to do? Would you want to search to add place? Would you want to add place mark? Would you want to draw line or shapes? Or full screen slide? So, yan po yung mga pwede nyong gawin. Now, I'll just go back because actually I prepared one material earlier na pwede ko ipakita. So, I'll just go to storytelling with Google Earth. This is what I did um, couple of minutes ago. So, I'll just click edit. So, this is what I'm working on. Now, para din siyang slides. Assume that one location or one content would be one slide just to better grasp the Google Earth what you call this, yung process ng Google Earth. So for consider this parang one slide is one part or one content here. So let's say I want to create a cover page. So what I did is I clicked new feature and then I used full screen slide. So in this case, I made this already, yung first one. My journey to becoming a Google Certified Innovator. So this is in a storytelling form. So ito yung itsura nun. Parang slide, no? I uploaded my own photo. I inserted text. By the way, maliban sa content natin ngayon na Google Earth, I kind of also would like to talk about Google Certified Innovator. So with this one, how did I created this page? So i-X ko muna siya. Here, there is a pencil. So you can edit this. Put your title, put your text. You can insert images if you want. You can also click color kung anong gusto nyong kulay para dun sa opening screen ninyo. And then you can also set this manually. Kung yung sa aspect ratio ng inyong screen, you can also adjust that. So there. So I've uploaded the picture and then this one. Now, yung text natin, assuming this is a prepared outline, or if you have a prepared outline, I got this here. So kinopya ko po ito, no? So, kinopy ko dito, pinis ko po siya dito. And then the picture would be this one because I want to introduce the topic, My Journey to Google Certified Innovator. Andiyan pa po ba kayo? So, ayan, eto po siya, no? So, it's as if crafting your slide presentation, putting text, putting images, and then how would you want, or ano na bang itsura ng ginagawa kong content sa Google Earth. So you have here on your upper portion ng screen preview presentation. So ganyan siya. Ideally, kapag kumuha kayo ng mga photos, dapat medyo darker yung photo because the text will always be white. Hindi natin ito mababago. So, always white siya. So, best would be to avoid yung white na background kasi mawawala hindi masyado magiging readable yung inyong text. So, kung makita nyo, medyo madaming space dito, go back and just adjust this. Ganun lang po. Medyo tansyahan, pero masaya po ito gawin. I will be reading some comments. Is it possible po ba na after I created my presentation, I can give access to my students so that while having discussion, they could also join me in exploring? Yes, sir. Definitely. You can get the link of this and then send it to them via link or also directly posting it sa kanilang Google Classroom. Thank you po sa inyong question. Another one is, it's as if I am giving my student a copy of this presentation. Yes, pwede po. Then, that's from Sir Arvin J. Lamberte. Thank you very much for that one. Then, Teacher Carl, virtual gala aside sa educational purpose na. Yes po. So, this is another way for us to, to explore while on our seats, no? Ayan. So, going back sa ating discussion, that's your homepage, or sorry, that's the first part of your curated material. So if you're already good with this one, um, I created another one, or the next slide. So this one would be, how do I do this? So assuming po na hindi ko pa ginagawa itong second and third slide. So if I want to create one, let's say I want to start my story, no? How did I become a Google certified innovator? So, definitely I started here in the Philippines. So, kung sisimulan natin ang kwento sa Pilipinas, I will search and search to add place, and I will look for Philippines. So, specifically, I am located sa south area of Metro Manila. So, I will type here Parañaque, Metro Manila. So when I click this, dadali niya ako sa Pilipinas. Ganda no ng features niya. So ganyan ang itsura niya. Now, kung hindi kayo kontento dito, pwede nang i-zoom in, no? So depende po sa inyo. If you're already contented with the ready-made material, with the information card na nasa right portion ng ating screen, you can already use this as is. Now, we can click Add to Project. So, this is the title of the second content of this project. So, save, no? Kung makikita niyo, this is the second, this is a new one. So, if I want to move it here as a second page or second material, I can do so. Now, to further edit this, I'd like to edit or click the pencil. And then, ayan siya. You have options here. Would you want to retain this content, or you would want to replace this? So in this case, gusto ko sarili kong content. So I will click replace, and then I will have here the options to add pictures and to add title. So let's say, instead of Parañaque, I will put here my journey, for example, my second title here will be teaching in the Philippines. And then, for example, I would like to add material to my to this one. So, pwede kayo mag-upload ng picture kung gusto niyo. Gusto niyo mag-search sa Google image search, may option kayo dito. If you want a YouTube, definitely you can do so. So, going back to becoming a Google certified innovator, kung gusto niyo po mag-Google certified innovator, if you're already level 1 and level 2, you can apply now. And then the other one is you have to make an application video. So in this case, what I will do here, I want to show you that in this material, I can put here my own video. So I will be looking for the video I created when I was about to apply as an innovator for Google. So pinrepare na natin yan kanina. Pause po natin. Here. So this is the link of the video I created. So if I want to show this in my storytelling, sandali lang po. I will just have to paste here the link, search, and this one. select. So yan, if you want to add more pictures, you can do so. You can also get it from Google Drive or from your photos or URL. So, kung gusto nyo maglagay ng teacher in the Philippines, for example. Pero dito, if you want to show pictures, and for example, you can do so. So dito, again, pinapakita ko how flexible this tool can be. For example, hanap pa tayo. Kunwari, ganyan. Select. So you can add as many photos or videos here. If you want to insert text, for example, I'm following this. Let's say I wanna put this text. I'll copy and paste it here. Paste as plain text there. So kung gusto nyo lagyan ng, gusto nyo i-format pa yung text, you can do so. Mag-insert ng link. So if you want to insert links also from different websites, kung may Google Form kayo, kung gano'n ang gusto nyo strategy, pwede. Then here you have default size and the rest. Now, are you contented with this location or itong itsura na to na makikita ng students? Kung hindi pa, pwede nyong i-zoom in kung gusto ninyo. Yan. So, pwede yan. Kung hindi pa kayo masaya, zoom out nyo. Or kung gusto nyo 3D, pwede nyong baguhin. And then, you have your pegman if you want to. But right now, gusto ko ganyan lang. Let's say ganyan. Now, you will see here sa bottom part, may capture this view. So, ibig sabihin kapag kinlik nyo ito, you're saving this para ito ang makikita ng students inyo. When they click this or when you present this to them. Or kung baliktad, kung sila yung nag-explore on their own. So, going back to this project. So, for example, ito yung content ko. And then the next thing I want to talk about would be how I went to the Innovator program. When I got in, we had to travel to Singapore to attend the project or to attend the program. So what I want to show you here would be, I want to bring it to Singapore. So yung pencil natin, ito yung ginawa ko earlier. So I looked for this image. For example, yung representation natin ng Singapore would be the Merlion. And then I've uploaded here an image of me sa Merlion, with the lion, sorry. Pero dito, I'm not sure, baliktad lang yung aking photo. Pero you can just customize this later. So if you want to add more photos, for example, upload from your computer. Kung marami kayong personalized photos, you can just bring this in. Ayan, dagdagan nyo po kung gusto niyo. So yeah, you can just put the title and just get the content o yung reading part nito. And then here, you have an option to change the place marks. Kung meron kayong sariling place marks pang gustong ilagay dito, pwede nyo gawin yun. Pwede nyo palitan din yung color ng place marks niyo if you want to. Now, are you contented with this view? Kung hindi pa, apply natin yung control, yung pag-control ng view nito by clicking shift and then your left or right click button. Ayan. So, anong view ang gusto niyo nung unang makita ng students? Something like this. Anong angulo? Ganyan. So, if you're satisfied with this view, for example, just click capture this view para ma-save yan. Now, assuming we're done with this, I'll go back. And then I remembered before or in between the program that I joined, yung sa Google Certified Innovator in Singapore, we also went to another school to benchmark, no? So nagpunta kami sa Singapore American School. One of the teachers there na part of the program, they gave us a tour so that we could see the school, how their setup would be, their facilities. So, gagawin natin dito, I'd like to search, no, for that place. So, I'm going to look for Singapore American School. So, kung meron kayong mga trips, no, pwede nyo i-map out dito. Yan. Singapore American School. So, dadali na tayo dito. Just make sure you'll be able to pin the exact location. For example, this one, Singapore American School. So, let's try to see kung anong ibibigay niya sa atin. So, yan. So, ito na po yun. Now, are you satisfied with this look? Kung hindi po, meron tayong Pegman view. So, yung Pegman, gamitin natin, i-shoot natin siya dito sa school. Let's see if there's a 360 view for this one. Ayan. So, makita nyo meron. Nasa loob na tayo ng school. So, ayan. So, kung ito ang gusto nyong location for this, no? You can do so. Pero if you want yung bumalik sa photosphere, pwede naman po. So, yeah. So, for example, ito po ang gusto niyo. Just add this to your project. Add nyo po muna. Save. So, ayan na po siya. Move lang natin sa taas dahil may earlier samples na ako kanina na pinipin. So, for example, I want to edit the Singapore American School again. So, for example, ito na po yun. Anong view po ang gusto natin for this one? Let's say I want a 3D view. Ayan. Capture this view and then put here the content. So if you have another, let's say, material, replace this original content of your own, and then let's say I want to put here my video, yung video tour, yung tour namin sa Singapore American School. I actually created one. By the way, if you kung mabitin po dito, I have a lot of videos sa aking channel. It's called Look Beyond the Classroom. So if you want to see the virtual field trip in Singapore American School, it's in here, this one. So kung makikita niyo, this is the actual tour I did. And if I want to put this in my Google Earth, no? So I can just copy and paste this link and then go back to Google Earth and then paste here the link para merong ready-made video din na kasama. So yeah. And then put here, we benchmark in Singapore American School in 2019. Something like that. So if you want to add more photos, add tayo. So these are all personalized photos na, personal photos. So let's say I want to put here this and this. Open. Ayan. So assuming yan po yung mga kasama dito sa photo. Now, going back to this, definitely I cannot finish the whole story now, but I hope you were able to grasp yung how it's being done. Now, I want to show you ano bang itsura nito, ang ending nito. So, for example, the last one would be, for example, wait lang po. For example, the last one is going back to the Philippines. Kunyari ang ending. Let's say, search to add place, back to Philippines. Na po tayo. And then let's just say we're happy already with what's here or what Google Earth gave us. Let's just click add to project. Ayan. So, ayan na po. Assuming na kompleto na yung project natin, let's try to preview. Ano bang itsura nito kapag pinlay na natin sa ating mga students. So, if I click present, this will be our cover page. Then, when we click next, we have the table of contents. When we click next, we will be redirected to the first location of our story, which is happening in the Philippines. And then, yan siya. Then your information card should be appearing on the right portion ng screen. So yan. If the students would want to view this video, then you can do so. Now, going back, if if you're going to the next part, continuing your story, you will be brought to Singapore. So, ayan. Makikita natin yung ginawa natin kanina. Kung ano yung pinlace natin. So, ito na po yun. Kita nyo po? And then, let's say, the next one would be in Singapore American School. So, ganyan po ang pwedeng maging kalabasan ng isang storytelling ninyo or lesson when you use Google Earth. And then let's say, for example, the end of the journey is going back to the Philippines, no? So that's an example of how you create your own Google Earth material. So it, again, will depend on the style of the teacher, the materials, no, na ilalagay dito. So yan ang mga pwede nyung gamitin. Now, if you're ready to share it with your students, go back lang ako dito. Now, here, share a project you own. When other people on Google Earth see this project or make edits to it, you'll be shown as the project owner. So again, continue lang natin to, and then you can just give the link. So this is the link. Change this one to a viewer or editor. Again, it depends, no? If this is a collaborative work, pwedeng pa-activity with the student. Kung gusto nyo viewing lang, ayan, make it viewer. Ayan. And then, if I want to paste the material here in our comments, ayan, you can view this project already if you want to see this example in your own screen. So yan. Yan po ang example ng Google Earth. And then definitely, with the link provided, you can bring that or post it in the Google Classroom. So yun, actually, ang buong paggawa ni Google Earth. Actually, ano siya, madali siya kapag meron na kayong mga content, may ilalagay na kayo. And definitely, may enjoy nyo ito at may enjoy din ng mga students nyo. So, time check, it's already 6:10. Medyo more than an hour na po ako, but I would like to take this opportunity to thank everybody for watching and joining me in this Saturday afternoon, night, no? So, with that, thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can still post your questions in the chat and comment section. But right now, I will be bringing back Sir Mark Joseph in the session. Ayan, Sir Mark.
Okay, thank you, sir, for your very
Uh,
informative and substantial talk this afternoon. So talaga nga namang napakaganda pala nitong Google Earth. Ngayon ko lang din po siya na na-explore through you, Sir Adrian. Talaga nga namang napakasarap itong integrate sa klase. Masarap magklase lalo na kung ganito yung gamit natin. Not just using Google Slides, diba? As alternative for Google Slides, mas maganda palang gamitin itong
yes.
Google Earth. Especially kapag ang ating mga discussion is maire-relate mo talaga doon sa mga places around the world. Then kahit merong mga transitions ng places, yung mga subject
Yes,
or yung
tama,
lesson
sir.
nyo, you can collate it in one project, pagsasama-samahin mo lang doon and
Tama, sir.
students can
And then, ano din, sir, yes, sir, mag-add din ako. For the others na, kunyari, medyo may nahihirapan with their content. Di ba usually yung mga ibang mga introduction ng isang topic sa lesson, let's say, mga scientists, no, who made history, no? So, pwedeng ganun yung atake natin, yung scientists or yung mismong mga important people of that topic, pwedeng i-trace nyo na lang yung location nila just to give them a good introduction. So, pwede yon. Ano pa ba? Pwede din yan, si student yung gumawa. For example,
yes.
kunyari, tinuro na yung lesson. Kunyari, expedition ni Magellan. Ang project nila, i-map out yung expedition ni Magellan in Google Earth. So, ang daming ways. Talagang nakadepende talaga to sa creativity na ni teacher. But more than that, we are giving our students, more than this tool, no, we're improving the skills of our students to help them be more ready in a kind of work na leaning towards the technology and leaning towards, more to critical thinking and creativity. All boils down to 21st century skills. Yan.
So yan, may bago na namang mga gagamitin yung mga teachers natin sa kanilang mga discussions. So once again, Sir Adrian, thank you for a very substantial and informative talk about Google Earth. It is indeed that we teachers can look many ways on how to extend our classroom. Siyempre through Google Earth lang yan pala. So through the use of Google Earth. And now, I think wala na pong mga questions dito sa ating comment section. So any last word po, sir, before we end our session?
Ayan. Final words ko for this session, explore Google Earth. Kung magkamali, okay lang po. I-enjoy nyo itong application na to. Napakadaming pwedeng magawa with Google Earth alone. And then the other one, do not be scared to explore. Kung malito, balikan nyo lang po itong material na ito in my channel. So if you want to also follow my channel and look for other contents I made in the couple of, in the past, I have an active YouTube channel and it's called Look Beyond the Classroom, Luke. Ayan. So it's Look Beyond the Classroom to find more content. And then the other one, if you're interested to join the Innovator Academy, so it's gonna be virtual. That's Google Certified Innovator. If you are a Google Certified Educator Level 1 and Level 2 now, pwede na kayo mag-join. Kung hindi pa naman, may time pa kayo. So this is an interesting opportunity for teachers for their professional development and growth. So join na po. More details on that, it's posted in the GEG Philippines page. So with that, thank you very much, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this session.
Thank you, sir. Again, para po sa ating okay, para po sa ating mga attendees today. So we hope that you learned a lot from this session. And of course, don't forget to fill out our evaluation form that will be presented or that will be shared in our comment box and also in our screen. And at the same time, para po sa lahat ng ating attendees who will accomplish this evaluation form, you will have a chance to win the GCE Level 1 voucher. Kung pinapangarap nyo pong mag-take ng GCE Level 1, so baka yun na po ang chance para manalo kayo ng voucher. And of course, we will sending out e-certificates of participation, and we will announce the winners on Sunday during the GEG APAC weekend wrap-up. And please stay connected to the next session that will be tune in later, and we hope to see you there too. Once again, this is the GEG Weekend Stay Connected 4.0. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng mga guro na nagtutulungan para sa bayan.